Because if you did that, I would just turn around and kill you. I'd turn on you.
How do you know you're straight?
Yeah, turn on.
I guess I'll eat those words with the side of chips.
What is going on, everybody? This is Mr. Tony Stark, and I have a special video for you guys today. I know that a lot of you aren't expecting to hear anything about Battlefield, but I've been enjoying Battlefield so much for the past 2 weeks that that's all that's been going through my mind. And I have this one controversial topic that I want to talk about, and you can already guess by the title of the video. But instead of just me talking about it and getting a ton of hate, I decided that what better way to talk about it than with a Battlefield Pro. So here with me I have my good friend Scanner Barkley. Why don't you say hello?
How you doing, man? I always chuckle whenever I hear someone call me a Battlefield Pro because I sure as hell don't feel like one. But I like the game and I play it a lot, so I'm qualified to talk about it.
You definitely are qualified. You definitely, in my opinion, are a Battlefield Pro, watching your videos and all that. But I would just want to get right into the topic. Obviously, like I said, by the title, we're talking about kill streaks in Battlefield. Right now, it's not something that's in the game. It's not something that Battlefield players probably even want to consider because it brings it too much closely to Call of Duty, right? I mean, like, that's ultimately the problem. Is Battlefield wants to stay Battlefield and Call of Duty should stay Call of Duty. Now, in my opinion, and I'll let you get right into it, but in my opinion, I think it's something that needs to be explored. And I want to hear your initial thoughts on the idea just in general.
Well, I'm never adverse to exploration of an idea, especially in a game of Battlefield's scope and scale, where there's just so much to look at and to play around with anyway. So I think it's definitely something that could be looked at.
Right. Now, coming from a hardcore Battlefield player standpoint, though, what are going to be the initial drawbacks, like the things that are going to initially turn people off from even the concept?
Well, you'll have that first reaction of, oh, kill streaks are a Call of Duty thing, and you know, you will have a percentage of the Battlefield loyal who'll think that, but on a more kind of substantial side would be the pace of the Battlefield games is quite established now, and it's part of what attracts people to the game. You know, you can have a lull and then a peak of just vicious fighting, and then a lull as you prepare for the next peak.
Right. Yeah.
And people really like that pace. I know I do as well.
Yeah, and I understand that, and that's kind of, you know, obviously, like you said, the both sides of it. Me coming from a Call of Duty standpoint, whenever I get into that Conquest game where it just seems like I can't find a person for, you know, minutes, or whether it's, you know, any kind of that game variant where it's just, you know, the maps are, you know, incredibly large, you can't seem to find people, and it just seems like it's slow. But that's just one side of it, and like you said, a lot of Battlefield players like that. And I sometimes, if I'm sniping, I don't want to be in the middle of the battle. I want to be left alone so I can find somebody to shoot at. So with that being said, the pace of Battlefield is good because it is completely separate. But how I'm feeling and what my thinking as far as the idea is that it's not so much kill streaks like that are going to gain the player more kills, but something that's going to actually help the team. If you have a team that's just dominating, you know, that's just getting, you know, just crushing the other team, and they just can't seem to turn it around. If one player on the other team was to manage to cap a point, or he managed to do something over and over again. I know that you, whenever we were talking before, you mentioned, you know, if it's a medic and he's just constantly healing people, if it's something like that, there should be some sort of reward system. And I think maybe rewards would be a better way to promote the idea rather than kill streaks. Something to reward the player for playing the objective or for doing his team, you know, a favor, or helping them stay alive or anything like that. Whereas they could then maybe start to turn the tides in the game.
Yeah, exactly. If it was tied to their class, it would obviously push that class action and then push that, you know, play the objective kind of concept, and that would be good, because a lot of even the more established Battlefield players, they would have issue with the lack of PTFO on certain servers.
Sure.
So anything that was like that'd be a good way to package it for them, would be it will drive objective play.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what they want.
Right, and I ultimately think that it's something that definitely could be considered in the future. I'm sure that it hasn't been considered and implemented in Battlefield 4, which comes out later this year. I'd be really surprised if it was, but I think that it's something that the Battlefield community could possibly look at as to making the games more enjoyable for a broader audience, for one, and then two, make those games where there's no objective play at all in the game, where it's just a completely a domination on a server. It can make those games a little bit more fun from the other team as well.
Exactly. It's more fun to win a tightly contested game,
right,
than a total walkover.
Yeah, I know that I randomly will pop in a server and get put on the other team where the entire other team is level 100, and they're all the VIPs of the server. They're all the admins, and they're just pounding on the people that are joining the server randomly. And it's like, where's the fun in that? Like, how are you even enjoying yourself? I'm spawning in. I can't even get near a point or a flag. And I'm just, getting decimated in my spawn by enemy air support and tanks. And it's like, how is that even enjoyable for you?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but anyway, I would really like some feedback on this topic itself. I know that it's going to be very controversial in the Battlefield community as well. And like I said, that's why I wanted to bring someone in that is deep in that community. So, Scanner, thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking about this. I really appreciate the fact that you're willing to be civil about such a blasphemous topic.
No problem, man. I'll be civil about just about everything. And it's always nice to talk to yourself as well. So.
Oh, I appreciate that. So definitely, guys, head over to Scanner's channel to check out some awesome Battlefield content as well as some other stuff. And as usual, we'll both see you soon.
Yep. Thanks for listening, guys.
I am Iron Man. Mightiest game